Well, good morning everybody. Eddie from Keystone Productions back with vlog number 2, and today we have quite an interesting video. The reason I haven't made a video since I posted my first vlog, which was my trip to Pocono, was because I had a lot of things going on, and one of those things will be shown in this video. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I bought something very big. So big, I have to be out here in the driveway to reveal it. Now, before we get into that, the Pontiac is still here, so don't get too worried about that. I'll make a video about the Pontiac. But without further ado, let's reveal the new car for the Keystone Productions YouTube channel. Alright, so let's talk about why I've purchased the 2005 Grand Marquis that I'm currently in right now. I was looking at the entire Panther platform, so the Crown Vic, the Lincoln Town Car, and the Mercury Grand Marquis. Either that or a Dodge Dakota or a Dodge Ram. Now, they are completely opposites of each other, but they both have two things in common: a V8 and a rear-wheel drive, and those two aspects of the mechanics of the cars were very important to me. I like the idea of a V8. As someone who plans on modifying his car a little bit, you can get the best, my personal favorite and best engine sound out of a V8 with some Flowmaster mufflers, and that's exactly what I was looking for. And with rear-wheel drive, it's just old-fashioned, and I really kind of like that. So that's what I was looking for in the mechanics of the car. Now, the reason why I chose the Panther platform was because way back when I was 16 years old, my dad, we were driving by a used car lot and we saw a Crown Vic P71. Now, that's the police interceptor trim level for the Crown Vic. And he said, hey, wouldn't that be a cool car? It still had the spotlight on it, and it still had a couple other things still from when it was being used in the service fleet. So I said, yeah, that'd be actually a really cool car. So I started looking at those about 6 months ago. I started shopping around for my first car, and the main issue that kept coming up with the Crown Vics was, since I'm buying a used car, I don't really know how it was treated. You know, it could be, you know, it was a police car, so it probably sat for hours on end just idling somewhere within the town. Or, on the flip side of that, it probably spent multiple times at almost wide open throttle, if not all the way wide open. Now, obviously, since it's a police car, it should have regular maintenance such as oil changes, brakes, and tire rotations, and that sort of thing. But since I'm buying a used car, I kind of wanted to stick with something that I knew how the car was treated and what was done to it going into buying it. So I was talking to my dad about it, and he recommended the Grand Marquis because that is essentially the exact same car as the Crown Vic. It just has different badges and a couple other different things that make it obviously different from the Crown Vic, but at the heart of it, it's still just a Ford Crown Vic. So I'd be buying the same car, but around here in Northeast PA, a lot of retired people well over the age of 65, tend to drive these cars, and they're not going to be bashing on them. They're not going to be full throttle wide open, you know, hard turns, drag racing, street racing, whatever. They're not going to be doing that sort of thing. The only thing that they might do is bash it into a wall or something and give you a small dent or a couple paint scrapes on the bumpers, and that's what you saw with this car. It has that, and that's not a major deal breaker for me, mainly because that's something that at college people are gonna unfortunately do to your car. At my work, I park in a parking garage. People are gonna bash into the car by accident. It's just a fact. It's unfortunate, but it's gonna happen at least once. It already did happen to me with the Pontiac before. So between college and my job, parking situations aren't the best for a pristine condition car. So having a few paint scrapes on the bumpers isn't a deal breaker for me. As a matter of fact, it's better because then I don't have to worry about getting any more paint scrapes or dents because there already are some. So it's no big deal really for me in that regard. And the other big thing about this car is just that. It's big. This car is huge. It's 1.5 feet longer than the Grand Prix that I used to drive. So that was important for me for two reasons: for practicality, and since I'm in college, if I go anywhere with friends or anything, I usually prefer to drive. It's just how I am. And some of the people I hang out with are even taller than me. Now, as I said, I'm 6'1". The people I hang out with are 6'4", 6'6", so naturally I feel short next to them, but they can't fit comfortably in a small car, but they can in this car. It's that big. So that was important to me, not only to fit the people I hang out with when we go somewhere, but also just for practicality purposes. It has a huge interior, and it also has a huge trunk as well. My guitar case looks tiny in that trunk, which is amazing. That I could fit in that, and actually 2 or 3 of me could fit in that trunk back there, which is awesome. The other awesome thing about this car specifically, not only does it have a hood ornament, which was not standard for this trim level of vehicle, but it also has a tow hitch that the owners before this installed when they moved from Texas here to Pennsylvania. So as you'll see in upcoming videos, that tow hitch will come in handy for towing things. So overall, you can't go wrong with this car. They're very reliable. There's thousands of them out there, so there's definitely going to be parts if anything breaks on these, which they really shouldn't. And overall, you just can't go wrong with this type of car. It is absolutely fantastic, and I'm very happy with my decision to buy this car. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hope to see you next video, and be sure to keep tuning in because there will be a lot of new videos and new content coming with this car. And don't worry, if you subscribe for the diecast showcases and Keystone buys, there are some of those on the way as well. As a matter of fact, there should be a Keystone buys video coming within the week that I upload this video. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video.